Alright, so let's talk about Kid. In one of my previous videos, I glazed Soul Evens and sucked his 2D meat so hard that I became the new Soul Eater. So let me up my throat game real quick and glaze Def the Kid, because everything that this nigga does is clean. So without further ado, let's let the glazing commence. First things first, I want to talk about Def the Kid's character design, because come on now, if you've watched Soul Eater, then you know every single character is dripped out. And the anime just oozes style at every frame. So boom, starting off strong, I want to address his hair. Like, bro, name one anime character that got hair like Kid. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. So obviously, we got the iconic stripes called the lines of Sanzu on the right side of his hair, which makes him stick out and unique. Then we got his yellow eyes, but wait, there's more. He got spiral-like lines in his eyes, where on the first loop, it's more of a gold color, but then on the outside loop, it's more of a light yellow color. Like damn, not only did Okubo give this nigga iconic hair, he also gave him special eyes. He might as well be a Uchiha. I'm trying shit. Yeah, he might as well be a Uchiha and wield the Sharingan at this point. Is that a stretch? Probably, but like, now that I'm done glazing his face, pause, it's time to talk about his magnificent fit. He got a sleek black and white suit that matches his hair. This nigga moving like Kodak Black with the way he matches everything. But it makes sense though, cause he's like all about that symmetry. So like, as you can see on his suit, he got the little white stripes contrasting the predominantly black suit. You know what I mean? A little skull, Lord Death bow tie to keep things nice and professional. Then you got the black shoes to finish it off and match the rest of the fit. Simple, clean, and symmetrical. Perfectly matches his personality and how he presents himself. Bro, I damn near forgot about this little detail, but he's got on some like Lord Death rings on his hands to rep the brand. He stays dripped out from head to toe, and I want to suck his soul. Too much. Obviously, I can't talk about Def the Kid without the demon twin guns, alright? He stays strapped up even in the suit, looking like an agent of death. Also, the way he even holds the guns in itself is iconic. Like, this nigga shoots with his pinky, and he shoots in all kinds of freaky poses with perfect accuracy. This guy might as well be in JoJo as well. I think I might get a ticket from all this glazing. But yeah, what can't this kid do, right? Get over his OCD. Bro, just show up. But yeah, I think that's about it for his character design. So let's talk about his abilities now. So for some reason, I don't know why or how, but this nigga can manifest a skateboard out of his palms and use it as a hoverboard. Like, Def the Kid just does stuff that's cool as hell, and you don't even question it because it's like, he does it so clean. He can also contact his father by throwing out some gang signs. I know some of you fatherless niggas wish you could do some hand signals and just contact your pops. Sorry bro, he's busy with the milk. He's an excellent marksman and can shoot things with aimbot from all kinds of different ranges and positions. He's skilled in close combat, which we can see when he cooks Black Star and Soul. Even though Soul Evens is my glorious king, I must admit, Def the Kid finished them. Kid has soul perception, meaning he can perceive the souls of other living individuals, and this helps him gauge how strong a person is or devise a strategy to work against his opponent. And yeah, he has some more abilities in the manga, but I'm sticking to the anime because I haven't read the manga yet, which I do need to do. Alright, I do need to do that. I've seen some crazy things with the manga, like how it, matches Fire Force and whatnot. But yeah, I've only watched the anime. Definitely go watch the manga. Read it. So boom, now I'm gonna talk about my favorite Def the Kid moments. Alright, so boom, Black Star and Soul are just sitting around like bums, waiting for Def the Kid to pull up. So Kid's working up all the steps all nonchalant and shit, glazing the symmetry of the school. Then Soul confronts him, asking if he's a new kid on some high school bully shenanigans. Talking about, you should have came at 7 AM just like everyone else. Then Kid's like, what nigga, did you just say 7? And starts tweaking, talking about how he hates 7 and loves 8 because of symmetry and shit. It gets to a point that he even assumes position and gets on all fours ready to receive, just so that Soul can change up the number. I don't even blame him though. Bending over for Soul? Shit, it's Soul Evens we're talking about. But I digress. Cause Black Star's all the way up on the spike trying to aura farm. But that shit fails cause he falls down, making him go into aura dead. And that makes Def the Kid's Jamaica start screaming cause of symmetry. But I guess it works in Black Star's favor cause he wanted to pick a fight anyway. So Def the Kid locks in and makes Patty and Liv go weapon form while doing some smooth equipping. Bro, he don't waste no time and starts blasting repeatedly. Got this nigga Soul Evens doing hopscotches, while Black Star's doing all kinds of flips. And just when you think he's done shooting, he jumps up and holy shizzle sticks, why the fuck can he jump so high? Nigga, I didn't know that Lord Death was LeBron's long lost father. So boom, he kicks Black Star midair, which gets blocked. Then Soul starts running at Kid full speed, but gets deflected easily like some annoying fly in the corner of your ear. Kid then follows up by aiming his other gun into Soul's stomach and dumps the bullet straight into him. It was so bad they had to do an intermission scene to give the viewers a break. But it wasn't that deep because Kid held back his soul wavelength. Then Blackstar rushes in and tries to kick Kid, which he weaves, and Soul tries to attack again and gets swatted away again. After getting cooked for basically the whole fight, Soul and Blackstar decide to actually use each other as weapon and maestro. Yes! This is what I'm talking about! Show this OCD or tested zebra while you're my goat! Yeah, they're washed. I'm done glazing these niggas. They're trash. And yeah, they just keep losing more and more aura the more they try to make it work because their souls are not compatible with some. Then they have this little sweet moment where they realize that this shit ain't gonna work and decide to stay friends. So Soul does this gay ass run towards Blackstar like it really should be me for real, but I digress. That gets interrupted by Kid anyway. So yeah, Kid just cuts them even more and then decides enough playing around and brings out the big guns. Soul resonance, nigga! These buffoons start chatting shit saying, I bet, shoot that bitch, nigga. You ain't shit, Zebra boy. Def ain't even care. He does his cold arts transformation, charges up his special beam, and booms them. With Soul and Kid just take on head first like idiots. Slight aura farm at the end, and yeah, that's my favorite moment by him. My second favorite Def the Kid moment gotta be the exam though. So Soul sees Def the Kid working and thinks it's the perfect opportunity to copy him. Whole time this nigga still stuck writing his name, bro. At this point, Soul knew he was cooked. So fast forward a little bit and he's still trying to write his name and Patty done made a whole giraffe out of her test. Then Kid just starts sobbing and crying cause he can't get the K right, talking about some, I'm pathetic, my life amounts to nothing, I get no pictures and I'm chopped and I'm stuck in the closet for Blackstar. He rips the paper and starts tweaking, going through the 5 stages of grief. Long days for Kid, man. So Blackstar pulls up on Kid saying,
What's good, nigga? Step outside real quick.
And Kid's confused, he's just like, what's this about? So they go outside, right, and Blackstar's just standing there menacingly. Kid's still confused, asks, yo, what are you doing, bro? And Blackstar with no hesitation backflips and punches the shit out despite landing on 2 feet for some aura farming points. When Kid's just losing it yapping about some symmetry, Blackstar ain't hearing all that though. He just says, let's fireball then. Now they just posted up staring each other down on some WWE shit. Kid wastes no time and flash steps towards Blackstar with a kick aiming for his head, which Blackstar dodges with his hands in his pocket. Nigga starts laughing on his Luffy shit and wriggles around until he jumps back up. Then Kid's like, so you gonna take your hands out your pocket or what? And Blackstar starts speaking in riddles. Maybe I am. Then rushes down and punches Kid's arm and follows up quickly with a soul wavelength attack. And shit just doesn't work. And Kid's like, no gonna lie man, fair enough. You've improved your fighting technique, but you're still a bitch. Huh? So they just starts trading blows, no diddy. And Sis just yapping about how Blackstar is losing his confidence in his skills. And Blackstar basically has enough of the yap and tells Sid to just shut up. And then he gets angry to the point where his eyes changes. Then Kid's trying to reason with him, but he ain't trying to listen, so Kid makes quick work out of Blackstar and pounds him down repeatedly until he can't stand no more. Pause. But that's not even my favorite moment about all what happened, you know what I mean? What was really impactful was this scene. So Kid's repairing the building and Tsubaki comes to try apologize, and then he shows great maturity and says, that's just how he is, man, and there's nothing to worry about. A beautiful scene that shows depth in how, while they're all different, they still understand and care for one another. But yeah, that's about it for Def the Kid right now, you know what I mean? I feel like there's some other scenes that I really like about Def the Kid, but I might reserve that for a part 2. And also, I'm making this a series, so you know, tell me the next character in Soul Eater I should do a vid about. And you know, have a nice symmetrical day. Remember to get plenty of sleep. Wake up at 8 AM and not 7 AM, or Def the Kid's gonna punish you.